Good afternoon everybody, welcome to another episode here of Jungle Heaven, and today it's basically going to be a catch up of what we've been doing previously in my collection. As some of you may already know, I had an Portalii, Anthurium, and it's given me seeds, and them seeds have germinated, have turned into little seedlings as you can see in here, and I have quite a few of them, to be honest. They all didn't make it, to be honest, but I want to separate them out of these group pots now and basically end up putting them into this little grow tray that I've got. And let me just show you this. So I'm going to put each individual plant into this small nursery kind of pot, and I think there looks like there's about 6, 9, 12, maybe about, I don't know, 100 holes here. So the Portalii that I have, which I got these seeds from, I've now crossed one of the other inflows with a Portalii cross Fort Sherman, so that looks like it's now taken as well. So hopefully in the next couple of months I can give you an update on that. So what I'm going to do is, these are now in soil, and I'm going to be carefully taking these out of the soil and popping them into the individual holes. So you can stay with me and watch this, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so the first job that I want to do is actually start taking each individual plant out of these pots. And what I'm going to do before I do anything else is I'm going to give them a little spray, make the clay and the plants nice and free. And you just got to be careful now, because don't forget the roots are going to be so minute on this. And I've got a couple of different tools with me. I've got a little spoon where I can just spoon a couple out. I've got some tweezers just to gently prise them open. I'm not going to bother cleaning the roots of any soil because they're going to go back into that plant tray. So yeah, let's have a little go at this. Sorry about that, just closing the door because the mosquitoes are biting. So yeah, I'm going to get the camera down so you can all see what I'm doing, and we can get started. So I hope you guys can see all of this. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of loosely go in with the tweezers, just try and free up. So you can see here that some of them have got the smallest roots on, but they need to go into their individual pots now before the roots get too big. What I'll do is I'll just lay them in the tray like this. And again, these are looking very healthy indeed. So this job shouldn't take too long because I've got them actually in a very, very light aroid mix, so it's quite lumpy. And what I'll do is, while they're in here, I'm going to keep spraying them regular because I don't want the roots to dry out, to be honest. So you can see this one here, if I just put that in the tweezers, the roots are looking very good. I don't know how many little seedlings I have, but it's quite interesting to just see how big some of these seedlings have got compared to some of the other ones. I mean, like this one here is tiny. I'll give it a chance to see if it can spring into action a little bit more. Maybe it will once it goes into its own individual pot. I'm going to put more perlite in as well because I want the roots to kind of really take off. So just again, just being very gentle not to kind of pull these too hard. I'm going to kind of separate the big ones from the little ones as well. Some are kind of like 4 times the actual size of the little baby ones. I mean, guys, you can just fast forward through this if you like to see when I get them all out, but I hope you kind of stick with me so you can see the whole process. I mean, this one is a really nice size. I've got some great roots, look at that. So I don't really know why some grow bigger, some grow faster. If you know, then please let me know in the comments below. Because I'm curious myself to find out why they are. I suppose it's like when a man and a woman has a child, you get different variations in the children. They're not all equal, they're not all the same. We've got that bird again in the background. They just nested in a tree, so it's nesting season for the birds. So he's being quite vocal at the moment. And this one is just tiny, look at it. I don't know what the survival rate for these little tiny ones are, but you know, I'll give them a chance. They're green, the roots are white, so they deserve a chance. And I'm hoping to sell these come April, May time. I'm just sifting through this now to see if I've got any hiding inside. It looks like that part of it all is gone. Well, that one's a bit stuck, so let's get the spoon in and try and pick them out properly. Right, let's kind of free them up a little bit. And this one, I don't know if you can see, has a root. It's exactly the same age as all the rest of these, but nothing. So I don't think that one's going to make it, so I'm not going to bother wasting any time planting that one up. And as I said, guys, these are all my Anthurium Indoporti self seedlings. So if you are interested in the future in buying one, then drop me a comment down below and let me know if you'd like one, and I can work something out. Obviously shipping from Bangkok, Thailand. With dragon courier. So I think that's that little pot done. I can't see any more in now. Oop, I've just seen something there. That's another seed that's just starting to germinate, which is bizarre. And in that tray we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 seeds in that one tray. So what I'll do now, guys, I will carry on doing this, and you join me once I've got all of the plants out of their initial pots, and then we can start the repotting process into that tray. Okay guys, so I've taken all of the little seedlings out of the little pots, and what I've done is I've given them a good drink. I'm going to take you down now so you can actually see what's going on here. So this is how it's looking. So they're all getting a nice good drink. The roots are getting a good watering before I put them into the little nursery pots. So what I'll do is I will leave that down here for a moment, and I'll bring this pot up, and then what you can see is that I'm putting a tiny little bit of spag moss in the bottom of each of these holes, because what I don't want is for this tray of seedlings to dry out too much. So I've got damp moss here, and I'll just put a little bit in, and plus it covers the hole at the bottom so that none of the light soil kind of falls out the bottom. Now I've got 66 seeds, so I'm gonna have to kind of cover probably half of this tray at least. And this is good because what will happen is this moss will stay a little bit wet, because I'm thinking I might just leave this tray out on the balcony, because we have overnight temperatures of about 25 degrees. It's nice and warm. Whereas if I leave it in my condo or my jungle tent, it will, with the aircon on, it starts dropping down the temperature quite a bit. And these will need to have a little kickstart now that they're back in. So let's get rid of that bit of straw. So let's see how we go with these now. What I might do is cut this tray down a little bit once I've planted everything, because I would like to have a little bit a smaller tray like this. Yeah, so that's all covered. So moss back down, and I've got a nice light soil mix. It's got some perlite in, it's got some leca, charcoal, coir, and what I'll do is I'll just top up these a little bit, and then get my trusty spoon. So I'm going to put a little, well, I'll put half a spoon in, I think, because I need to top up after. So again guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut down the camera and just, you can see what happens once I get everything inside the pot. I've taken out all of the seedlings and I've put them now into this tray. The very small ones that looked like they weren't growing, they've been propagated since July. I mean, the big ones here are the same age as them. So I just thought, you know, there's no point, because they're not going to really grow. Sometimes you've just got to kind of like cut your losses and just get rid of them. But what I'll do now is I will just give them all a nice big spray. So let's lower the camera again. And then just, it's important now to keep these very wet and just not let the soil dry out, because the roots now need to kind of thrive because they're still very young plants, to be honest, and I just want them to have the best chance now of growing. And I've checked them carefully as well, and I don't see anything special, like I don't see any variegation on some of these, or kind of mutated leaves, which will make them a little bit special, and I could use them for hybridization. But yeah, I mean, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So what I've done is I've actually got rid of 4 little tiny little seeds. They were still in the seed pods, and you had like probably about less than a millimetre of root, which is not good, you know, for 6 months growth. So hence the reason why I've just disposed of them in a bin. So I've got good hopes for these, or high hopes for these I should say, and I will keep you posted on how these are doing. And I've got a couple of more plants to repot, so stick with me and we'll go on to the next plant in question. I'll get this out of the way. Needs lots of light as well, so balance them precariously on the balcony edge. Okay, so I have this little beaker and I have 2 plants in it, and I'm sure this is the darkest Panama. So I need to get both of these out, because as you can see here, the roots are probably going to be entwined with each other. So I'm going to keep this one in moss, but I'm going to put them into 2 individual pots. So it's just a matter of getting them out, separating them carefully, and thank you, and getting them into their own growing habitat. So what I'm going to do is, there's a little bit of water in here, so I'm just going to empty that out onto the little bit of soil mix that I've got there, and then just give it a nice gentle tap. Okay. So let's see how it's looking. So we can see the roots are looking pretty good. In fact, they're looking beautiful. So let's just peel this back a little bit and try and separate these 2 plants. Oh my god, I should have done this a long time ago, guys, because I think it's going to be a bit of a knitwear job. One is bigger than the other. Oh, this moss is very wet. Probably too wet, in fact. So it's a good job I'm doing this, because what I'll do is I'll just put it into a little bit of drier moss. Not totally dry. But I don't want to pull any of these roots off, because they're looking lush and white. Once I can get them separated, then I'll be happy. Let's just rest that down, I think. Yeah, the ends are a little bit stuck. Good grief. They're all knitted round each other. Ooh-wee. There we go. So I have this smaller plant here with plenty of roots and nice aerial roots coming from the side. So that's going to be put into a smaller vessel. And then let's just take the rest of this moss off, because I'll check the roots just to make sure it's doing great. And I can see that it is. I need to give this a little bit of a squish out, this moss, because it is far too wet, to be honest. And it lives in the jungle box, and if you have not seen any of my videos on the jungle box and my plant collection, please go to my channel and have a look. Yeah, so all of these roots nice and white and very nice indeed. So I'll get this potted up. I'll get a couple of different beakers and we'll put them up into their own individual pots now. So I've now got a couple of smaller pots because it doesn't need to be as big, and I think the smaller one will go in this little Starbucks coffee so we can measure to see how well it does go. Yes, that's like a perfect size for this plant, and I think this one will look good in here. So I always keep these coffee cups from the main coffee brands. Here in Thailand we have one called Cafe Amazon, which is a lot cheaper than Starbucks, to be honest, and I think the coffee's a lot nicer too. So let's get these potted up. What I'll do is I'm going to wring out this moss over the drain. We so it's a little bit more dry, thankfully. Well, it wouldn't be hard not to be drier. And then I can just put some in the bottom and then loosely pack this smaller plant around with moss. I don't want to kind of like pack all the roots too tight with the moss. I love just putting it in nice and loose because there's no need to kind of like cram the roots, you know, or squash the roots down too hard, because they need to have a lot of air. So just like that, look. And hopefully now this one will start thriving on its own, in its own little house. So yeah, that one looks good. I need to get some more moss, which I have in my bag. And I normally go to Chatuchak here in Bangkok to buy all my gardening and planty stuff. The moss here is around about I think £2, £1.50, £2. So it's a nice little kind of price compared to the UK, where it's a lot more expensive. Whoopsie. So I'll chuck all of this moss in here and then give it a good soak in. So I don't want to kind of make the moss too wet, because it's going to go back in the plants are going to go back into the jungle box where they're thriving actually. So just give that a little mix around to get all of the water off the side of the bucket. So still need some more in now. So guys, I would like to thank you again for your unwavering support in my channel and basically helping me get over 1,000 subscribers. I'm now moving up to 1,500. So like I said before, it's beyond my wildest dreams that I actually got this many subscribers, and I enjoy doing what I do, to be honest. So it's fun, and as long as you guys keep appreciating it, I'll keep going. I'll keep making these videos. And one of the things I'd like to say as well is that here in Bangkok, the first Bangkok International Aroid Show, exotic plant show, is back on in, I think it's 4.5 weeks, the start of March. So I will be back up there, making sure I see what's available, see if any new plants, new hybrids have come along, and let you guys know, obviously, because I know you guys are into your plants as much as I am, wherever you are in the world. And where are you actually? Leave a comment down below and let me know where you're watching from, because it'd be interesting for me to see where you guys are around the world. So that's the second one. So there's a lot of air pockets in there for the roots, but what I'll do is, again, is I will just give it a nice water. Yeah, so are you in America? Are you in Canada? Are you in Europe? Are you in Thailand? Are you in, I don't know, Indonesia? I do get a lot of people watching from Indonesia, actually, because I know there's a lot of interest in plants out in Indonesia. So, yeah, just let me know where you're from. Leave it in the comments. And tell me what content you'd like to see this upcoming year, because there's going to be some great locations for plant shows. I'm hoping to go to the Philippines this year. Taiwan, definitely. China, definitely, because I missed that this year. And also, I would like to get my butt ski to, maybe they're too light to leave up there, and get my butt ski, because there's a new show coming this year, and it's the Bangkok show in Moscow, believe it or not. So I don't know what it's going to be like to go there, because I think, obviously, with the current climate, things are happening, and I don't know what it'll be like. I think that's in September this year, so stay tuned and I will let you know if I'm going to actually go there or not. I hope to, if things have calmed down. So yeah, that's good, So I have another plant here, which is, it says it's a red spider, but look at this. So this needs a bigger pot, so I'm thinking maybe put that one in here. And it's got leca. There is a little bit of kind of rot on the end of these, actually, so what I'll do is I'll repot this another time, and before I do, I will cut all of these roots off and give it a bathe in hydrogen peroxide. So I'm glad I had a little look at this one. So I'm not going to do this one today, I'll do that another time. It needs treatment first. And then this one is Anthurium portali cross blue pappy. So this nice big leaves on here, and we have the beautiful red sinus, the red veins, and at the back of the leaves, I don't know if you can see this here, absolutely beautiful. So this is growing now in 2 places, which is good, but this definitely needs a repot into a bigger vessel, because they are growing like crazy in this jungle box I have here in Bangkok. But what I'll do is, I think what I'll do is I'll cut the video now. I'll prep these plants beforehand, treat them, and then we'll do another repot video coming up soon. So thanks again, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Don't forget to like as well. Comment, as I said, wherever you are in the world. Tell me where you're watching from. And tell me what you'd like to see in this upcoming 2025. I've got plans on going to different places, Japan, Taiwan, China, as I said before. So hopefully I'll take you guys with me. And also, if you're into your travel, please have a look at my travel YouTube channel. It's called Gary Curran, Garry, Curran, Curran, Travels. And if I go to these plant shows, I actually do a travel one so people can see what it's like to walk around these amazing countries that I visit, and just see like the locals, see the food, that kind of thing. So yeah, just head over there. I'll put it in a link to the description. I'll put a link in the description below to that channel. So yeah, come over there, and I've got some amazing videos on there. All right then, so thanks again. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, blah, 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 blah.